that's a great transition because obviously the Blue Jays do have a crap load of guys right now. I think that there are 4 young players in my mind as I see it that probably in a perfect world we could get them extended. Those guys are Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Alek Manoah, and Alejandro Kirk. In my mind, those are like the 4 young players on our squad that are going to need extensions eventually, and will probably, if they continue at the pace of what they're doing, maybe not Bo Bichette right now because he is struggling major, but if they continue doing what they're doing when they hit free agency, they're probably going to get paid a crap load of money. Seeing as other teams right now are doing this, is it time to maybe lock up 1, if not 2 of those guys? Maybe some of the guys that we think are like a little bit more proven, like a Guerrero, like a Manoah. Are we waiting too long on this? Because you're right, $400 million is a lot of money for a player. And, if he does get injured or anything like that, that's a lot of money down the drain. Is it time to, get that going soon rather than wait and his value just keeps going up and up and up?
I think we got to sign the number 1 guy is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And I know there was an argument of being like, oh, well, if you're going to sign Vlad, you got to sign Bo, too, because it's like, he'll get upset. Bo is nowhere near Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Last year he was above him, and this year he's above him. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the man, and if Bo Bichette wants to get that deal, he needs to do better. Yeah. But I think we need to sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's the cornerstone from this team. He is an MVP. He could be an MVP any other year. He's a great player. He's young. I think we got to do it. And I think we should do something similar to a J-Rod where you give him incentives. Okay, every MVP ballot, if you get over 5, you get an additional $50 million guaranteed at the end of your deal. Alek Manoah, I think we still got a lot of time. Let's milk that rookie deal a bit, and we have 1 more year of milking it with Bo Bichette a little bit. So I think Alejandro Kirk, we have lots of years of milking that. But Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he is not on a rookie deal anymore. He's on the arbitration years. It's time to lock him up, make him a Blue Jay for a very long time.
I hear what you're saying about Vladdy, and I think a lot of people in the comments are going to agree with that. But with Manoah, I think that Alek Manoah, I think we're starting, maybe we're not quite there yet, but we're starting to get to a place where I'm pretty confident that I know what Manoah is as a player moving forward. Now, I can't guarantee that in 5 years he's going to still have a 2.5 ERA. I don't know that. But, the odds are definitely that, favoring the fact that he's going to be a better player than he's going to be a worse player moving forward. So with that being said, is it potentially time to think about doing a Julio Rodriguez deal and just say, fuck it, dude, we love you. We think that maybe you even have, Roy Halladay potential for the Toronto Blue Jays. This guy has medium elite, number retiring scenario right now for Alek Manoah. If you stay on this team for a decade, here's your money. Be with us forever. Lock down the pitching staff.
It's interesting you bring that up because I'm thinking back to the history, and I guarantee there's definitely contracts. But in the recent last decade, I'm trying to think of young guys who come out and have 1 or 2 good years and then get locked down. And I don't think there's many pitchers that actually have that.
It feels like pitchers less. It feels like with position players, it's happening all the time, right? Acuna, Albies, Tatis, Yordan Alvarez, now Julio Rodriguez, right? Position players, it feels like teams are way more likely to throw money around to, which is kind of strange because pitching-wise, we always say it on this channel. I think a lot of analysts will say it too. It's like you need pitching to win championships, and yet these teams are way more willing to throw the money around to a guy who could potentially hit 35, 40 home runs rather than a guy who could potentially throw for 200 innings and have a 2.5 ERA.
And again, it's weird because, this is based off no stats or evidence, but just based on experience watching baseball. Pitchers are a lot more volatile. They can go 1 year. Look at Jose Barrios. They can go 1 year, super elite. Next year, super not elite. It's very rare that you get a consistent guy through an entire career. That guy's Clayton Kershaw. That guy's Justin Verlander. Those are the guys that are, and yes, at that point after you see it for 8 or 10 seasons, okay, now here's a crap load of money, you could take it. So, but I would definitely be interested in getting an extension. You can go ahead, Victoria. I would definitely be interested in giving Alek Manoah an extension for 6 years. You know what I mean? Guaranteeing. But here's the thing, he's still so early in his rookie deal. Maybe let him play it out. Let's see what he can be. Then maybe lock him down for 6 years, 3 more after the final free agency year, or when he becomes a free agent. Just keep it on a little bit longer until he gets to around that 31, 32, 33-year-old mark.
So it's because I am thinking about it right now, and I'm wondering if there is any statistics to the fact that it's pitchers are more volatile or not. I wonder if Because it doesn't feel like that makes sense to me. You know, it doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. But I think maybe the reason that we think that, because you're right, it's like I kind of feel like that's the case too. But I think maybe our brains are tricking us here, because a position player, you know, they kind of get lost in the lineup sometimes. Like if they're having a bad year, they'll get moved down to like 6 or 7 or something like that. But when a pitcher's having a bad year, like they're fully in focus every time that they're on the mound. We watch as that one player is getting annihilated, and maybe that sticks with us a little bit more. I don't know.
Maybe
Food for thought.
Could be that we only see a pitcher 32 times in a season, right? Whereas opposed to a position player, we see him every day. You know, every single day,
That's
you
true.
know, they're in a rhythm where it's like, yeah, like you have 32 chances to like make yourself elite, where you got 162.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know?
That's true. That is definitely true. So, I mean, all food for thought there, and I think that, honestly, Temp's saying it right now, signing Manoah to an Alcantara deal is something that I am 1,000% ready to go. If we could get something like that rolling, then absolutely, I want it yesterday. I think it is something that we need to be doing, yeah.